Hello my crafty friends and welcome to my YouTube channel Corrine Crafts. I hope you are well. Oh my goodness me, I know I say this often, but I promise you I have got an amazing project for you today. I've often wanted to craft solely in craft card, so we've had a go. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Absolutely amazing effect. All it's done, craft card, a stamp, a white pencil, a regular charcoal pencil, a white gel pen, and either a tortillon or a pencil paper stump. That's the word I was looking for. That's all you need to create that. So if you want to find out how, let's carry on watching the video and I'll show you how it's done. Ever since I have been crafting, I've seen or heard a lot of people talk about using craft card as their base card or their topper, you know, to craft onto. And it's not something I do very often. Yes, I do craft with craft card, but usually it's a mat and a layer or even a card base. But today we're going to change all that. Now, this is a Stamps by Me set. It is so old. I don't remember when I got it. I don't even remember why I bought it at the time. But I love all of Tony's stamps. It wasn't even opened, so I've opened it to be able to deal with it. And look at this. Look at the size of that lily stamp. It is huge. It is so good. And then you've got some lovely stamps. There's Tony stamps really cling to the plastic. They take some getting off. They are so good, so you don't need to ever worry about them not sticking to your stamping blocks or your platform. Sorry about that noise. There we go. You can see, look at that. I mean, it is the size of my... Oh, and I've now just covered myself in ink. Never mind. It's the size of my hand. It is lovely. So what I'm going to do is I would use my stamping platform. It's a Eureka that goes really well with this. That's just pure coincidence. And I've got my craft card. So this craft card is a double-sided one. So it's, as you can see, it's slightly different colour on either side. I like the warmer side. And all I'm going to do is I've done it on here, is I'm going to stamp this onto here. So I've stamped, I want to show you. I did it because I wanted to make sure the ink was really dry. I've stamped it on. Now I've used my Memento. It's a dye ink. I didn't want to use a water-based one just in case I decided, well, I wasn't sure at the time how I was going to colour it in. It wouldn't have mattered. You could have used a water-based one if you do what I do, because I'm not using any water. So I stamped it on there. So you can see I've come off the card. You could put it in the centre of your card. You can come off like I've done. It's entirely up to you. But I wanted something that came off the edge of my card like that. Now, the difference is how I'm going to colour it. So I'm going to do something a little bit different. Something that's sort of out of my comfort zone. Now, I've done a few Sanntangle workshops with the lovely Sandra, and I've picked up along the way Sanntangle white pencil crayon and the Sanntangle pencil. It doesn't say what they are, but it's quite a soft one. So that's all I know. So yeah, it's quite soft, so HB or even softer. And I've also picked up a Uniball white gel pen. Someone recommended that when I was with Sandra. Now, I've got one of Sandra's tortillons. Now, I don't know if you've ever seen these. A tortillon is compressed paper. If you don't have one of those, you might have a paper stump, and a paper stump will work exactly right. It's just that I had my pencil case out with my Sanntangle stuffing because I've got a bit of stuff, and that's where I got to. So I've got this stamped on here and I've got those on there. If you don't have Sanntangle ones, I can show you. I've just got a really quite cheap charcoal white pencil. I've also got a white pencil from my normal pencil crayons. It'll work whichever one you want it to work. Now, if you've got your tortillon, you might want a sanding block to be able to rub off on there. So let's have a look at what we're going to do. This is so easy, but I promise you the effect is amazing. So I'm going to get the white and I'm going to start from the top, and I don't need to blend, and I'm just going to come down like this. Now, the great thing is, if you go wrong, it's a pencil. So if I go wrong, I've got myself a rubber, and look, you can rub it out. So it does start to rub out if you do a bit more. So you can see I'm doing sort of stripes. Then when I've got my stripes, I'm going to go in with my pen and I'm just going to add in. Sometimes you might find it easier to go in with the pen first. Depends on your pen. If you find that it doesn't like working on top of pencil crayon, I find this one does struggle a bit, so I often have, you can see where I've been working here, a scrap of card just to clean the pencil off the top. Once I've done that, and the only reason I'm doing the white pen is because you get different effects. So you can see it's soft and blended where the pencil is, and then you get the sort of stripy marks from the pen. That's all it is. I'm going to go around the little pollen buds with my white. And again, don't get worked up about it. I don't need to put anything underneath. I'm not going to be working through it. I'm just literally just putting on a bit of pencil and then a little bit of white pen. So I'm just going to come up to there and a little bit on here. It really doesn't take much to do. And then I'm going to come around here. And you can do this. It doesn't have to be a flower. It could be... Somebody said to me today, you like crafting with butterflies, don't you? Yes, I do. It could be a butterfly. It could be whatever you want it to be. So all I'm going to go round is, and I'm just following this. And what we're going to do is we're going to create quite a lot of dimension by going round like this. Now, the only thing I would say is, sometimes people find it quite hard to go right up to... See, my pen's got a bit of... that's it. Had a bit of chalk, pencil on it, pencil crayon on it. Sometimes right up to the edge. If you find that, what you can do is stamp the image on the cut your card bigger, stamp the image on. After you've coloured it, trim it down to the size you want. That's the other way to do it, because I know sometimes it's quite hard, and I did find that when I was colouring up, I often ended up with a little bit of a gap at the very end, which you don't really want. So all I'm doing is following the direction and I'm putting this in. So you can see we're not spending ages. I'm not trying to, do too much, be anything too clever. At the moment it doesn't look a lot, but you wait, we'll get there. It's a process. That's why I stamped it first, so that the ink was definitely dry, and also so I could spend a bit more time to showing you how I did this. So you can see where we've gone, and then all I'm going to do now, go over that with a little bit of pencil. So all I'm doing really with the pencil is intensifying it at the base and bringing it up just there. But I just like how the pen, I don't know if that's a thing. I was just playing and I thought, oh, I like the different textures that you get from a pen and a pencil. I'm sure it's probably a thing. It's probably got a name. I'm just calling it Makes Corrine Happy Tonight. There we go. So we can just keep going through here, just following the shape of the petals. Just coming down here. And you can still see the white gel pen shining through, can't you? It just shows. Hopefully I'm keeping it just where you can see it. So that's coming all the way through. Okay, so it's starting to look good. I'm starting to see a bit of dimension, but this is where I'm now going to go in with my pencil. Now, the thing is, remember, less is more. Yes, it's pencil, so I can rub out. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come in from the bottom and I'm just going to shade up a little bit. And if you want to, you can also just remember where things are going to, all the shading we've taught you. So that's folded over, so it's going to be a little bit more on there. And on here, I know that's going to be shady because the one leaf's on top of the other, but otherwise I'm going to be quite light. Here I need a little bit more. The lines on the drawing will often help you. And then once you've done that, you're going to get your tortillon and you're just going to blend it out. So you're just going to take it up to the white or close to the white. So I'm going to blend it there, a bit heavier because obviously the shadow, and then on here. Can you see? So look, darker here and lighter here. Like I say, if you haven't got tortillon, let's have a go with my paper stump. Right, this bit needs to be quite dark because it's underneath, and this bit here. There we go. We're going to do here. Remember, less is more. We can go in with a little bit more if we want to. Now it's going to be quite dark on here. This pencil is such a good one to shade with because Sandra's obviously worked really hard to get these. So yeah, you just want so hard pencils are H, aren't they, and B. So you probably just want like a 2B pencil. if I've got that the right way round. I hope I haven't got that the wrong way round and it's a H you want. No, I'm sure it's a B pencil. And look at that, even easier to blend with the paper stump because I'm doing a larger area. And you can then get shading, and I can always go back. Look, I just want a little bit more just here because that's going to be coming out, and then I go back in with my paper stump and do that. Paper stumps are so cheap to buy. They really are inexpensive. Yeah, and they just, you've seen me use them before, but they are just worth their weight in gold when you're doing blending and things like that. They blend with water, they blend with blending solution. It's up to you how you use them. So I'm just going to drag that up beyond where the lines are. Now this is going to be darker just here, look, because that leaf is, that petal's on top. And again here we're going to need a bit of darkness, and just here, look, where they overlap. Remember this pen, they will blend lovely. So we're going to come out of here. Now that's a gap, so I don't want to go over it, so just blend it quite dark in the centre, and we're going to drag that colour out. And oh, I know what I want to do. Before I go any further, I'm going to get my gel pen, and I'm just going to come down these stalks. There you go. Don't worry, they're gonna fade a little bit when I sort of blend. There we go. We're going to blend into oblivion. Okay, so then we're going to get, well, let's do it with the paper stump. Where have I done to? So these ones, you can see where you've done. Just blend out the pencil, and then we can blend. There we go. And we're going to keep going. I promised myself I was going to do all sorts of Sanntangle crafts, and I've just never had the chance. I do enjoy it. Went to one of Sandra's workshops. They are so good, so much fun. Have a go. And if you don't do it, you'll have all the things that you can cross over into other crafts as well. So it really works. So can you see? Look at these. They look shaped, don't they? The petals. I'm almost seeing the curve on them, because you've got that dark at the bottom. I've almost got a band of paler in the middle. If it does feel like you've gone too much, you can just get a bit of clean and really blend it away. I mean, at worst comes worst, you can always go in with your rubber and just rub out a bit. And if you feel like you've got a bit of a line, we'll just blend it back again. So just make it nice and pale, just where that is, and you will get the effect of, there we go, a lovely line. And there you go, look at that. That looks brilliant, doesn't it? Right, now that looks lovely, and I'm going to bring one in to show you something, one that I've already done. This is exactly the same. Look at this. But can you see how this one pops off from the card? Yeah, I've spent maybe a little bit longer doing my blending. You can blend over the white as well. There's no reason why. But can you see here, look, I've edged it. I'm going to show you. All you do, come back with your pencil, and just, now it really is less is more. Just do a very fine line all the way around, almost on the stamped line. And we're going to come down, and then we're going to come up around here, and we're going to come up, and we're going to bring it down. And then we're going to get our paper stump or blending tortillon, and then we're just going to blend that out. Can you see? Just actually, I'm going to get my paper stump because I can go a little bit. So we can just almost blend it away to nothing. But look at how much that travels. Just that smallest bit of pencil. You really don't need much at all. Just blend it out all the way around. And just remember, every now and again, just give your paper stump a little bit of a clean so that you're not transferring, there we go, old sort of charcoal. You're just working with what's on there. But can you see how that starts to lift it up? Let's do a little bit more. The smallest, thinnest line that you can do along there and down that way, round here. Let's go down to there. it actually is quite hard to do such a small line. Then we can blend it out. We don't want to see the line, we just want to see that sort of hue that blends. You see I was a bit heavy handed there, look, I've got a bit of a line, so I just need to blend that out. It will blend. There we go. And once you sort of blend, then you can just come in and then just, and if you feel like you've got a bit too much, just take a little bit off. It doesn't look good there where the pencils be, the rubber's been, so just blend it back in again, and then there we go. This is one time when you can, within reason, remove a bit of what you've got, but always sort of feather it out again. There we go. And then you just keep going round, all the way round, and you can see it'll really pop. Now, the final thing I want to do to this bit, I told you this is such a quick and easy card. Final thing I want to do, get my mat. And then I have got some ink. So I've got my watercolour ink. This was probably why I wanted to do what I was doing. Right, so we can then, I've got a blending tool. Don't have one for brown. Red's the nearest one. So I'm going to just get this, and I'm just going to highlight, go around the edges. Just around. Again, I'm going to work just like I did with the pencil. I'm going to just take it so that it just blends away to nothing. Got some on the mat. Let's pick it up. Blend it on. I think this is Fry Brown, and it works really well with Kraft card. We have another brown in that in this range, and it's a bit darker. Now remember to come in around the edges here, because you don't want it to stand out, and then around there. Oh look, I've not got any on there. You can see, if you can see, I did have some small, there we go. I've got one of these little Diddy blending brushes. Aren't they cute? Tiny, tiny. And you can always use that to go in to some of the smaller areas. There we go. Aren't they cute? Little ones just around the edge. All the way around. All the way. There we go. And how about that? Doesn't that look gorgeous? So let me move these bits out of the way. We don't want to see all those. So that's nearly it. Now I haven't gone around all the edges, so I'm going to bring in this one just because I've gone all the way around the edges. Isn't that beautiful? I love it. So I'm going to keep it really simple. I've just got a stamp, and I've just stamped onto Kraft, and again I've gone Kraft, then I've gone black, then I've gone white. So this is my colour palette. So now I've sort of locked in Kraft, black, white. That's the order I need to work in. So Kraft, then I need to mount this onto black, and that needs to be on to white. If I suddenly went white then Kraft and then put that in that order, it's not going to look right. Now, decision. Am I going to put that on flat, or am I going to raise? I'm going to raise it. I am going to raise it. Decision made. So let's get our big sticks to roll. I've had this for so long, and you see me use it in so many projects. And honestly, I'm still on my first roll. I really am. There we go. So let's put some on the back of here, and then we can do that. Then what I tend to do is fold, once I've done two, fold it in half, and then do two more. There we go. Where did I put my poking tool? I put it very safe. Here we did. There we are. Okay. So hopefully this will be lovely, quickish video for you, so you can see all the way. But it's something a little bit different, something I've been wanting to try for ages and ages. And you know what? Once I actually did it, I was so pleased I'd had a go, because I was so pleased. I haven't actually made the finished card yet, but I was so pleased with how this image that we're just sticking down now came out. But just remember, make sure you've finished all your prep on here before you put your foam tape on. Otherwise you won't be able to finish. So there, a bit of glue on the back to give me room time to move it around. Now, as I said, because I did this on here, of Kraft black white. I did this first for Admantis, so I've had to go Kraft black white. Then I thought, oh, you silly, you've actually put white, so I can't put it onto a white card, otherwise it'd be double white. So I thought, why not get another sheet of A4, folded it in half and trimmed it down, and I'm going to put that onto there. So we're going to have a Kraft card base. I thought that'd be a bit different, won't it? Don't do that very often. So we can put that bit of my glue on the back of here. And then that's going to go onto my card base. And I love as well, now that I've just put that on there, it's the same Kraft card, but this one's got the brown on, so this hasn't. So again, I think that almost makes it look like a different colour, so that works really well. So then we need to do this one. Let's grab some foam pads. A little bit of height on this. So these are probably 5mm foam pads, just for a bit of contrast. The back's come off this one, so we better use this one, haven't we? There we go. Let's get the back off there. Turn that over. Now, this could go over your flower, or I could put it. So once I do this, I want to be looking to see that that is roughly the same size. There you go, that looks nice. And then the final thing I want to do wouldn't be a Corrine card if we didn't get a few little gems. So let's just go, keep it simple. We're not going to do much. It's just, it feels a little bit flat at the moment. So I'm just going to go in, too big. Straight away I could see. Couple of these, just round there. We can even go with smaller ones. Just there, just there, and then a little tiny one just there, and that's it. That is all I'm going to do. How about that? I love that. It's something I've been wanting to do for the longest time. Have a go at making an all Kraft and white, Kraft black and white card, and it really isn't complicated. It doesn't take a lot of colouring skills or blending skills. It's just all about putting it down and then blending it out with a paper stump or a tortillon, whichever one you have got. And hopefully everything I've done here you'll be able to do from your craft stash. It doesn't have to be this stamp, it can be any stamp. It could be an image of a little girl, it could be a fairy, it could be a butterfly, it could be a country scene, whatever you want to. Just colour it in black and white onto the craft card, and then your sentiment, and there you go. So I hope you like that. I've really enjoyed putting that together. I was really excited to film it to show you. So yeah, I hope you enjoy it. Please don't forget, I'll put some links to things like paper stumps, see if I can find some white pencils and all the rest of it. I'll obviously to the craft card that I've used. Yeah, so all of those. And if you can click on those, that would be brilliant. Otherwise, I will see you tomorrow for the next video. So I hope you enjoyed this, and thanks for watching. Bye for now.